Now, when they're mining the gold, at first they're panning, but eventually they're using hydraulic mining, which is a practice where you're using the very power of rivers themselves to wash out whole valleys of sediment, of soil. That soil goes down the valley to rivers at the base and eventually out into the ocean. Another major industry around here was logging, so forests being cut down for timber. But over time, those landscape uses faded, the forestry grew, and if you're like me, coming out from Massachusetts, walking around the forest around here, you might never know the difference. But if you could read the landscape, if you could see those clues, you might notice a pile of sediment that tells you that hydraulic mining once occurred in the past, or you might notice that the ages of the trees in the forest, or the kinds of trees that are growing, might say that timbering had happened at one point. So that's what we're going to try to do today when we go to the cave. Now, the story that we're going to tell is less about humans, more about physical processes, chemical processes. I'll try to keep it as clear of jargon as I can, and of course humans will factor into it. But that's the basic idea. Now, did anyone see in the visitor center what kind of rock our cave is hosted in? What kind of rock we have here?
Limestone?
Close to limestone. It's similar. It's what you get when you take limestone, you take it deep underground and you bake it. We have marble. And so people use it for countertops or for statues. And it's pretty cool because it dissolves easily in acid. And you might say, how does marble dissolve? It's a rock. Rocks are sturdy. Well, I have a demonstration to show how that works. So if you want to gather up just a little bit closer. Yeah, a lot of bees. There are actually fewer today than there have been over the week, so this is nicer. So I have here a small piece of basalt. Pretty common rock around here. This came out of the volcano, from the volcano. And I also have in my bag a small amount of hydrochloric acid, just 5%. Now I could put this on my skin and I'd be fine. I'm going to put a little bit of this acid on this basalt, and I want you to tell me what happens to it. Okay. Trick question, nothing. Nothing is happening. So the basalt does not react with the hydrochloric acid, and indeed most rocks will not. But I also have in my bag some marble. And now this is the stuff our cave is inside. So I'm going to do the same test, and we'll see what happens now. Now what's happening?
Fizzing.
It's fizzing. It's bubbling.
It's like an aspirin.
Kind of like well, yeah, or a Tums, very similar. The exact same thing as a Tums, actually.
So don't spill acid on your marble kitchen top.
No, yeah, a little etching maybe a little bit. Especially it has a nice polish to it. But yeah, so acidic water eating into the marble, dissolving it, releasing gases to the atmosphere. Now the marble is made out of a mineral called calcite, and the reason I mention that is that just about everything we see in the cave today is going to be calcite in one form or another. All the marble, all the stalactites, the stalagmites, the flowstones, just about everything. All right, by this point you can see it stopped reacting. The acid has been neutralized. It's eaten all of the marble it can. And so this is essentially just water. All right, you can keep on heading to that platform there. Popcorn, yeah. We see some popcorn right over here. And maybe some over here, where it's very bumpy looking. So that's another one of our cave foods. But back to our stalactites, true to their name, soda straws, these are hollow. And many of them have little droplets of water hanging from the ends. These droplets aren't destroying them, but are actually creating them. So in our story so far, we have acidic water entering the marble, dissolving it up, picking up calcite, and when that water reaches a part of the cave that already exists, like this, it can recrystallize that as a new feature. So these will slowly grow longer. Those water droplets occasionally fall, and you may have felt one fall on you already.
you.